Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's setting up, Mataji. 1 second. Yeah. Start. Just announce. Hare Krishna, devotee. Thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. So thank you so much for joining today's daily call of His Holiness Chandramauli Swami. So today we are very, very fortunate to have Her Grace Anuradha Mataji to enlighten us from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 9, verse 12. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your time and association with us today. Please take over, Mataji. We are looking forward to hear nectar from you. Hare Krishna. I'll share the verse, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Accept my humble obeisances. So glories to Prabhupada and Shri Gurudeva. It's really, really nice opportunity that I can give a class now for in the very auspicious day as Ramadashtami is. And it's today we will talk about the Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto, 9th chapter, verse 12. And just a moment. Oh, thank you so much. It's here on the I would say Zoom meeting board.
Yes, yeah, yeah. You can see it, right, Mataji?
Yes, I can see. Thank you, because I already have prepared, but that's much more easy for me. It can be directly connected. Thank you. So first, I will say the prayers for auspiciousness. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtan Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sarvadutam Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Anchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, dear devotees, we will today read from Srimad Bhagavatam, and we will start with Sanskrit, first canto, 9th chapter, verse 12. Aho kashtam aho anyayam yat yuyam dharmanandanaha jivitum narhata klishtam vipradharma chutashrayaha. And then we have translation of Sanskrit. Bhishmadeva said, "Oh, what terrible sufferings and what terrible injustice you good souls suffer for being the sons of religion personified. You did not deserve to remain alive under those tribulations, yet you were protected by the Brahmanas God, and religion. Then we have a purport. Maharaj Yudhishthir was disturbed due to the great massacre in the battle of Kurukshetra. Bhishmadeva could understand this, and therefore he spoke first of the terrible sufferings of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was put into difficulty by injustice only, and the battle of Kurukshetra was fought just to counteract this injustice. Therefore, he should not regret the great massacre. He wanted to point out particularly that they were always protected by the Brahmanas, the Lord, and religious principles. As long as they were protected by these three important items, there was no cause of disappointment. Thus Bhishmadeva encouraged Maharaj Yudhishthir to dissipate his despondency. As long as a person is fully in cooperation with the wishes of the Lord, guided by the bona fide Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and strictly following religious principles, one has no cause for despondency. However, trying the circumstances of life, Bhishmadeva, as one of the authorities in the line, wanted to impress this point upon the Pandavas. Yeah, here we have the main point here in the purport, as I find out, is, and also Srila Prabhupada's in purport mentioned, that if you always take shelter of the persons who are connected with Krishna and who follow the religious principles and they are protected by Krishna, then the person who took shelter of those persons take the right path. And such a person is always protected. So if many injustices and tribulations coming into our life, which this was a big tribulation, that massacre in the Battle of Kurukshetra, and it was like injustice. But if you get have a there is no any cause of disappointment as long as you are protected by Krishna, by Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, if you are in such situations. Because every day we are in such situations that cause us thinking, oh, why this happening to me? Why this is not right? And it's not why I am now in such situation, very difficult one, and like this. But we don't know the whole picture, and Krishna is always with us, and also he's testing us how much we take shelter of him just when we are in such difficult situations, that he see that how we take shelter and how we have faith that he will always protect us. There are many instances, for example, of devotees who have experiences how they were protected by Lord Nrsimhadev, by other Vaishnavas. And if only if you really take shelter of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas and Krishna, then you are really protected. So it is always for us these tests. Maya will test us. We were having like many. It will look the situation is very unjust, and that we are in a very difficult situation, and we are even having the question like why Krishna doesn't protect me. Like, for example, one example is when the wife of the soldiers, they were very religious and they go to the church and they really take shelter of God. But meanwhile, in the war, the died, and they they said, "Why, God, why you take away my husbands?" And they this is injustice. So why God do that? And then they just didn't want anymore to believe in God, because but God didn't take away the husbands. So there is tests also, that in really difficult situations we know and we realize that Krishna is there for us, and Krishna will be by our side, and he's always by our side. I mean, I myself, like, I didn't realize this, and practice bhakti yoga, but Krishna is always with us in the heart as Paramatma. And in life, in material life is Mrityaloka, material world is Mrityaloka. That's material world is not meant, is designed to go out of that material world. So there will be many instances, many situations that there will be injustice, that we will not be protected, that it will look like that. But if we take shelter of Krishna, there is always the good side. We take the good side. As it is said in Bhagavad Gita, that where there is Krishna, where there is Arjuna, there is all opulence, all auspiciousness, and everything. This is the right path of religion. So whenever we take shelter, and we are well wisher of everyone, no matter if we have how much knowledge we have, how much we understand things, or we are practicing, or we are beginners, if we are well wishers, if we believe that that Krishna is our well wisher, and that this is the only shelter, the holy name of the Lord, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if we chant loudly and take shelter of the holy name will protect us from our mind, from other tribulations of situations which are not auspiciousness for us. Yeah, I can say for myself, if I find myself practically in a very difficult situation, and we fight not in, and we have our own battle of Kurukshetra, I would say, in our life. There can be many disappointments because of expectations, and because of our belief system. But if we take shelter of instruction of spiritual master and other Vaishnavas, then we are saved. So we need to practice like humble moods to see the Vaishnava association is very, very important. Devotees always how to say, they're our friends, and with the devotees you can talk about Krishna, you can cook together, you can read together, you can clean together. Any activity is connected with Krishna, with devotees. So it's so auspicious sign that you can be connected with Vaishnavas and Krishna like this. And because of this also, I will say it's importance of communities in the farms, because in such way you are really connected. The tendency is that we want to be independent, and when we are connected with the Vaishnavas in, or say, farm communities, there is more chance that we are more dependable. But it's not that means that we are dependent in the sense codependent, interdependent, that we need each other. As for example, kings, they are not alone on the throne. When they rule and they fight, or whatever activities kings have as kshatriya, he have many ministers, many friends, many advisors, brahmanas, and they cooperate with each other. in the kingdom. It was, of course, ideal social structure, which was before. Nowadays, it's not like that in Kali Yuga, but I mean, ideal, like Prabhupada represent, ideal social structure is that king is always protected and he get advice from other ashramas and varnas. And so this is cooperation, this is interdependence. So in that sense, all the Vaishnavas, all the Brahmanas who follows religious principles and they cooperate with each other and they structure. I was talking about yes, I go out of the topic. I was talking about farm communities, that we are interdependent, that we listen to each other, we have ideas, and we construct the community and as Prabhupada wish, and cooperate with each other. That's like ideal social structure. And then, like, you know, like in nature, it's one, I would say, it's a case which we can represent that strength of the Vaishnava community is that when the trees are deeply rooted together, no the strong wind can put out the trees, because the roots, the system of the roots of the trees, which are together deeply connected, cannot be rooted so easily. So the same way, if the Vaishnavas having strong connection and they can cooperate with each other and talk nicely, respectfully, and construct and having also knowledge and cooperate with each other, whatever they can share with themselves and also others, because we need to share that knowledge with other people. So that's so important, that that protection means that we keep that Krishna consciousness at center as Vaishnavas, and that we try to please Prabhupada and senior Vaishnavas and senior devotees and Maharajas, that we can so instruct that we can follow instructions properly and read what is and hear Prabhupada's lectures about that, and read the books about these things to get a clearer picture of that. So because of this, it's so important that we can share with our, first of all, with in the sanghas, in the many projects, that we share that knowledge, and then also share with others after. So in that case, we can see that that in previous yugas, the kings and kshatriyas and the warriors, Arjuna and Bhishmadev and Yudhishthira, follow that principles of ideal social structure, I will say social economical structure of co-independence, interdependence, that we are connected, not in the mood that it's mine. Maybe this is also a good point, like from Sri Ishopanishad, it is written, Prabhupada mentioned that it's one quote, that's in one verse, that one, I think it is second, not sure. Some quota, some quantity of thing belongs to us, but other parts we need to share with others, such certain percentage. So we can also see here that the rulers at that time, they know that, and they know how to share things with others. It can be knowledge, it can be material opulence, and there was a cooperation and respect between citizens. Because of this animals, people, plants, everything was happy and satisfied. cows, it was written in Srimad Bhagavatam, gives abundance of milk. The trees give amounts of the fruits and vegetables grow, and people were very happy, citizens of kingdom, because everything was in balance. Every quantity of whatever was there was properly distributed. And nowadays we can see, like in COVID time, people were protesting, people were not happy. And I mean, actually in Kali Yuga it's like this, and only way it's the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And yes, sharing with others, contribute for the communities, and share with people around, book distribution, prasadam distribution. People can come in the temple, sanghas, like this. So yeah, I will say I'll stop here, if it's okay for you, maybe now, or I can maybe continue, or maybe I can share something about Radharani meanwhile, because it's Radhashtami. Or
Sure, please go ahead.
uh-huh.
Yes, Mataji, sure.
Mm-hmm. So today it's also very auspicious day, and it's Radhashtami. And Srimati Radharani is embodiment of mercy. She always distribute mercy to everyone, and she always protect devotees, protect devotion to her and to Krishna. And in my language, Radha means to love. That's very interesting. I find out Radharani, the Radhe, Rad imeti, or Radha means to love, to like, to love. And that's also, we can see how Sanskrit is the root of all the languages. So and then we can see also that aparada means against the wish of Radharani, that we do something against what Radharani wants from us. And when she have a hand, the Radharani have a hands like this, she give a blessings. We can see that Radharani have a hand like this. Actually, it's one book also, if you are interested, of Mahanidhi Maharaj, about Radharani pastimes. It's a very nice book. Today I find out I have these books, and it's very, very beautiful pastimes about Radharani and Krishna. So yeah, Radharani is always, she's a big protector of devotees. If we please Krishna, we please Radharani. And Lord Chaitanya is expansion of Radharani and Krishna together, and she mercifully distributes the holy name of the Lord all around in Sankirtan movement. And yeah, so many things which we can say about Srimati Radharani. She have also her pets, like very beautiful pets, a swan, and it's a peacock, and yeah, there are many more. And yeah, and there is also when we go to cook, we also pray to Srimati Radharani to bless us. She's the, let's say, main cook in the kitchen. Yeah. the name of little Radharani. It's Ladli Shriji, I think. It's Ladli, ne? Little Anuradha Ladli, ne? I think it's Ladli Radha. And yeah, here, yeah, I will stop. It's maybe some question or comments. If it's ready time, if it's okay, Arivati Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, it's okay. If you like to share more, also please go ahead. We would like to hear from you. We still have time. If you like to share, please.
Or maybe I will say some pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, which is like my favorite. There are many. When Radharani didn't want, they actually prohibit Radharani to meet Krishna. And what is the name of the Jatila and Katila, right? Jatila and Katila didn't want that Radharani met Krishna. And then Krishna, I think it was, he hid himself in the box. He came as a gift in the box for Srimati Radharani. This is one of the pastimes in that book of Mahanidhi Maharaj. The second part, I think, he wrote. And Radharani was surprised. What is this? What is that box here? Sent to me. And then she realized, oh, she heard some voice and she said, oh, most probably it's Krishna. And then she somehow rather take that box, and then Krishna, by his potencies that nobody saw it, he came to Radharani like this, because they prohibit that she meet Krishna. That I never heard this pastime before, but for me it was so sweet. How Krishna finds the way to come to Radharani. So I would say innovative way with the box as a present for Radharani. I also like pastimes when Radharani was wanting to catch the. She wants to climb on the tree, and then she was like on the. She wanted to catch the branch, but and Krishna take the branch that she can go on the tree, but then he put out how to say, he the branch was taken up, so Radharani was also on the branch hanging, and then it was a little bit uncomfortable for Radharani being on this branch. This was like a little bit naughty, I would say, naughty pastimes with Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Yeah, there are many beautiful pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Yeah. So I will. Can I ask you, Revati Mataji, something? Is there some text about Srimati Radharani? Because I have not so much. I didn't prepare nothing actually. Just I got some inspirations. But if maybe if it's still time.
No, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sorry.
Krishna.
I don't know the text. Maybe devotees, if you have anything to share, like any text or verse about Srimati Radharani from the scriptures. No, Mataji. Yeah.
Maybe in Krishna book is we have because I'm here in library and maybe I have many books here. It's many books. Yeah, Srimati Radharani.
And thank you for sharing that book, Mataji. Mahanidhis. Yeah, it has the pastimes of Radharani. Yeah, so we definitely, it should be available on the Amazon, I think. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
That book. Yeah, I think he wrote. I don't know if the third part, but I know that he wrote first and second part of that book, that compilation about Srimati Radharani.
Okay.
I also heard maybe some that Radharani likes plum chutney.
Yes.
Yeah, today devotees try to make also the chutney,
And
the
also,
temple.
yes, Mataji. Also, I heard Arbi also Ms. Radharani likes devotees they make on that day.
Gladly.
Arbi, it's Arbi. It's a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
There is so many. I feel, but I'm ashamed because so many things about Srimati Radharani. I didn't prepare, but it's so many things to say about Srimati Radharani.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like also that pastimes. Maybe I can share. I like this is the most beautiful when she opened the eyes when she was a baby, when she was born. Because today's appearance day of Srimati Radharani. Yeah, I should share this. When like when Srimati Radharani appeared as a baby girl, but everyone thought Yashoda Mata think that she's blind because she didn't want to see. She was having eyes closed, and then Krishna came there as also as a little boy, and then because Krishna was there, she opened her eyes. It's also a very beautiful pastime.
So
But
Krishna was like 1.5 year old, Mataji, when Radharani was born. I heard that.
1 year old. No?
1 year old. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I heard like Sukadeva Goswami also is like an incarnation of Radharani. Is that right? Yeah. So, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was getting the seeds from Radharani. Like he wanted to give the mercy of Radharani to so they can get everyone can get the mercy of Krishna.
Yeah. And also in the temples, sometimes they give padukas from Radharani and they put on the heads of devotees. That's also very merciful because
Okay.
usually we don't see the lotus feet. They are covered by the by sari on the altar, by gopi dress or sari. But she mercifully allow us to take shelter of her padukas, and then we get on the head.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah.
I also heard Mataji on this day, this is the only day like the feet of Radharani is like, everyone will get darshan of the feet of Radharani on this day only. Is that true? Yeah. Devotees,
Yeah.
anything you like to share? Like, so Mataji, you have anything more to share, or should we open up for the questions, comments?
We can open for the questions. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for this wonderful and beautiful class, and thank you for explaining us, how by taking shelter of, person who is connected to Krishna. So by taking shelter of them, how we get protection, how we are protected, and how we have to take shelter of the holy name. And you also explained like when we have difficulties, when we have faith in Krishna, so Krishna will take care of everything. So thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful class. Yeah, so as you also mentioned, Krishna is always there with us as a Paramatma in the heart. So always have faith and pray to Krishna and take the shelter of the holy name. Then everything will be taken care. Yeah, and thank you for explaining us the sweet, sweet pastimes of Radharani, such a sweet class. Yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if you have any questions, comments, or realizations, please go ahead. You can unmute or you can type in the chat box. You can raise your hand. Also, humbly request, if it's possible, please turn on your cameras. It will be nice, engaging for everyone. Devotees are thinking, they are meditating on your class. Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that there is not so much people because they are on the Radhashtami festivals, and it's like I understand. Yeah,
Everyone is busy.
yeah.
Yeah, I also like the point.
Is there?
If you can explain that, you said like a quantity of mention like quote like quantity of everything offering, quantity of offering, it belongs to some quantity, it belongs to us, and most of us, it belongs to others. So we should have that always in our consciousness. Could you please explain that, Mataji?
That was a question, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Prabhupada, I think that he said that certain percentage we should share with family and have for us, and then some percentage we should give. Now I don't remember the numbers, but I remember that he said, for our family members, for ourselves, certain percentage goes to the religious activities in the temple, and some they go to that you need to pay rents and such things. So it should be, I'll just say, properly distributed. But nowadays it's difficult to speak about that because the structure is not ideal. But that's kind of like that quantities should be, because we get everything from Krishna anyway, but should be properly distributed among citizens, I will say like that. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, very true. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always we should distribute everything, not keep everything for us. Very nice realizations. Yes, Prabhuji, Devanand Panditoji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudeva. Thank you for your lecture. I would like to share one small realization of mine, which took place on the Radharani Day some years ago. I was a samosa distributor, and on this day, on Radharani Day, I didn't distribute any single samosa. And I prayed to Srimati Radharani to help me to distribute samosas. And in the evening, till the evening, I distributed all of my samosas. And when I told this story to my friends, Vaishnavas, one of them said, better you ask her for Krishna Prema Bhakti. Such small. So please pray Srimati Radharani for Krishna Prema Bhakti, not for some material things. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we have to pray to Srimati Radharani so to get the mercy of Krishna, so we can engage in a pure devotion. So true. Thank you for sharing that, your experience. Hare Krishna. So thank you, Mataji. Yeah, yesterday also we had Radhashtami celebrations in temple. We had to go to here, like it's a 2 hours as the temple. So we went there. We had a beautiful class on Radhashtami and nice celebrations. So everything is like, when we take shelter of, when we get the mercy of Srimati Radharani only, then only we can engage in pure devotion. Like we can get the mercy of Krishna. So true.
Yeah. Yeah, Srimati Radharani, she's embodiment of merciness. She always wants to protect devotees and the service of devotees. That and whenever if Radharani says this devotee will need to go to back home, back to Godhead, Krishna will say, yes, I will accept the devotee. Yeah. She's so merciful.
Nice, Mataji. Very nice. Yeah, I also like that when we cook also we have to pay to Srimati Radharani so we can cook nicely. Yeah, that is very good. Yeah. So Mataji, yeah, I don't see any questions. With your permission, should we end the class?
Yeah.
You have anything to share? Thank you, Mataji. Despite of your busy schedule, you have come here and enlightened us on such a beautiful topic and sharing us sweet pastimes of Srimati Radharani. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your association. We would like to hear more and more from you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees, for your association.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Anuradha Mataji ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all. Happy Radhashtami.
Thank you, Revati Mataji.